Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Poppy Wolf. Today we're going to be talking about the newest episode of Boruto, and that episode is titled Karma. And God, does this episode finally get everything that I've wanted and then some. So this episode does everything for us. It gives your boy his Kawaki final introduction. It gives the Karma seal of Boruto, him wilding out, and it has a nice fight scene between them and Kashin Koji. And Kashin Koji, that's a nice little mystery to play with on who he is. But let's begin the episode, because there's so much that they just throw at us right off the bat that I was like, okay, well, I mean, don't give us a time to breathe. But let's jump right into the episode. So the episode starts with Kashin Koji coming in, doing a steam toad jutsu summoning, and yo, why does his frog summon look so badass? I know it's a toad, don't at me, but it looks so badass. Like, it's covered in like machinery and stuff, and I was really like, god damn, like that's so cool. Like, can he, like, is that normal how it is, or like does he deck him out? I don't know, I'm just assuming he summons him like that. But he's here to kill Al because Al failed his mission. Oh damn. Yeah, he kills Al. Al failed the mission, and he's trying to figure out, like, okay, well, these people gotta die. So Al sees this coming through. He lets Boruto and the whole team see Kashin Koji attack, and right when Boruto's about to get killed, Al uses the last bit of his jutsu, something he hasn't done for a while. That's something I haven't even seen him do at all, actually, since his fight with Team 7. He pushes Boruto away and dies. R.I.P. Ao, man. His death really looked good, and I'm really happy how his character goes out. It's very reminiscent of Zabuza, how he passed out and kind of, went out fighting, or went out like a warrior. But this one was more this is more depressing. Yeah, it really you'll see that really happen in, like, sorry, hold on. I should have messaged someone real quick. But yeah. So Al, when he passes away, there's kind of a smile on his face, and it's this kind of like relief. Like, even Kashin Koji kind of comments on it, says, "Wow, he died the way he wanted to, as Shinobi, or did he do that out of instinct?" And I think that's a little bit of both. I feel like Ao saved Boruto on instinct, but he used jutsu, because at the end of the day, Ao to his core was always a shinobi. And as much as he tried to press the narrative that, no, I'm a tool, I'm only used for Kara, he really wasn't. And as much as Kashin Koji's like, yeah, he died, only tools are worthless, Kashin Koji fights the whole Team 7 with jutsu. He used that same jutsu on that he used on Victor on Konohamaru. And before we even get into that, the fight with him and Konohamaru was pretty good. And a lot of people are like, no, Konohamaru lost. That was cheap. But you have to also remember, Konohamaru's injured. They were fighting Ao before. Like, he was fighting a bunch of robots before. Like, there was a bunch of stuff prior to this fight with Kashin Koji. The fact that Konohamaru was able to keep up so much was miraculous on its own, because he's already been tired. He's already been doing so much. He was already doing a bunch of other stuff. So I can excuse all this. But for where he was holding up. And I have to say, when he gets trapped in the Purgatory Flame Jutsu, that scream that the voice actor does for Konohamaru was terrifying. Like, he really sells like that agonizing, burning pain, and I really think it heightens that whole situation, especially for the anime. That heightens the whole the severity of the whole situation, and for Boruto to lose control and basically suck the jutsu with his karma mark, basically the way Momoshiki does. It's able to impress Kashin Koji enough to where Kashin Koji goes, you know what, you guys showed me something, and I'm gonna leave you be. You're also chosen, you're also a vessel. And Sarada kind of wants to throw down a bit, and Mitsuki does probably one of the smartest things in the world. He's like, yo, like, Sarada, if you do this, Sensei and Boruto are both in danger of dying. We can't fight him. You have to understand this. And Kashin Koji comments, of course the son of Orochimaru would understand the severity of that situation. And it makes me think, like, bro, I don't know if it's obvious to anyone, but Kashin Koji might be like the son of like Jiraiya or something. I don't know why. The way he commented on it was just very he knew too much. He knew a little more than he was letting on to believe. So I think I know a lot of I know almost spoilers. People always try to tell me like I've seen bits of the manga and I know, but I don't really know what he is. But I know Kashin Koji is related to Jiraiya somehow. Like they've been making videos on it forever. I think he's actually his son, and that's why he looks at Mitsuki the same way. Anyways, so he leaves them be, and you know everyone, Team Seven is like, okay, well, we gotta we gotta press forward. So while that happens, we switch over to Kara, and Amato's already checked out Code, and he's already checked out who else did he already check out? He checked out no, the only people that are left that need to be looked at are Boros, and Kashin Koji. Both, yeah, those two people both need to be checked up by Amato to make modifications to their body. I only assume because he mentions them while he leaves the room to get more coffee. Delta goes in and kind of researches both, and she realizes, look, the only person who I believe should be fishy is Kashin Koji. He's the last one left, and that only makes sense. And then as she leaves the room, Code kind of like appears at the end of the episode, at the end of this scene, and is like, "Why is it always him?" And it made me think, who is he referring to as him? Is it Kashin Koji he's referring to? Is it the vessel? I have no idea, but it just seems like he's really jealous of somebody's favor in the eyes of Jigen. So then we go back to Team 7, and as they're exploring and they talk about Shinohamaru, which is the little dog, Mitsuki notices and picks up on something. He picks up on a battle that just happened with those ninja bots, or whatever they call them, those scientific ninja tool bots. And he notices that the battle was really fairly recent, and they're looking for the person who they assume is the person inside the box, and that he beat these things. So eventually Shinohamaru comes through and he points them in the direction of a boy sleeping. And when Naruto goes to Boruto goes to investigate the body of the boy, he realizes this guy has a karma seal too. Interesting. So this is our introduction to Kawaki. I'm really excited for next episode. I did not see the preview. I didn't see the preview for this episode, and I was so surprised when I saw he used the karma mark, just like how Momoshiki kind of absorbs jutsu and everything. It was really fun, and it was really cool. And my take on this episode honestly was straight 10 out of 10. There was nothing that felt lagged. There was nothing that felt needed. A lot of reveals happen, and a lot of big questions are being added to the thing too. One of the top things that I have nothing bad to talk about this episode. I think some of the funnest things in this episode were seeing the double Rasengan like together, and how Kashin Koji basically talked down to Konohamaru like, bro, your Rasengan's good, but it's lacking. And I was just like, okay, that makes sense. But the thing is, the Rasengan itself could always be implemented with a nature change, but at the same time too, for that Rasengan solidarity, it's interesting that's the one that works. That his Kashin Koji is a lot stronger than Konohamaru's, but I only assume because Konohamaru only uses a decent one, not like the giant ball or anything, or at least not that I remember that he's ever used giant ball. I'm not sure, but yeah, this episode was phenomenal. Another thing I loved was seeing Boruto use this karma mark, and honestly, I think there's a bunch of questions I still have, because I'm thinking, is he gonna grow like the eye thing, just like Shiki does? I have no idea yet, but yeah, this episode's been great, and I don't think I have anything else more to talk about. This episode was just solid, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Classic like Boruto episode where it's like the good one that drives the story. RP Ao, even though he died like a shinobi, even Konohamaru says I can't forgive him, but he was a true fighter. And that was mad respect, and you gotta give it to him like that. But anyways, guys, this is your boy Poppy Wolf saying peace out, man. I'm gonna catch y'all later in the next video. Lates.